We've got gold diggers, catfishers, and Michael and Angela are back. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, this week, guys. Welcome back to the after show for Before the 90 Days. Brianna's gonna start trying to be on beat as well.
I'm gonna make it a mission.
It's harder than it looks.
It is.
I mean, every week we're a little off, but you know, we got it this time. This was a really great show, really great episode. Long, but great. I'm your girl, Alex Bowers. To the left of me, I have Linda and Tweet.
Hey, guys.
All the news and gossip on all the shows, dang near on AfterBuzz.
Man.
Make Linda the face.
Talk about stay in your own lane, not.
Then we have Brianna Chi-anne. She will be on, well, we have her actual special segment, Ask Brianna. So you guys go ahead and get in the comments and pick out any questions you have to ask her.
Business.
You already know she's going through her own special process, so that's exciting. And then she's going to be on our live chat. So yeah, get all in her business, like she said. What did you think about the episode altogether?
I thought it was good. I thought it was long. I thought that they could tighten some of this up, you know, and not drag it out. But I was happy to see Angela back. And I want them to get to meet the people. Like, I'm tired of the backstory.
Yeah.
Let's rush this a little bit, move it forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I know we got to see Rebecca finally meet her Ziad. But that was about it. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the couples like connecting.
Yeah, once I realized it was 2 hours, I thought, okay, maybe at least 2 or 3 couples would meet, but just one. It was kind of like, all right, you guys, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yes, I was happy to see Angela. That awkward conversation with her daughter was really like cringy, but it was cool. I just like want to get into the relationships already.
I agree. I'm trying to stay woke during the episode sometimes, but like I do like getting to know the couples. It's exciting for me. New faces on 90 Days. Like thank you, thank you. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. News and gossip. What can you tease?
I'll say this. Darcy, what is going on?
I'm excited because like we'll get into Darcy, but she said she changed a lot, but we don't really see that.
Not at all.
If I have to hear Jesse's name one more time, you know, it's a kind of outrageous. Like,
it is.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is Tom. By this little preview that we saw, he might be a little suspect.
He's a little. We got some talking to do. I can't
wait to get into that.
Yes, but first we're gonna start with Rebecca and Zaid. Okay. I want to actually talk about the conversation she was having with her daughter. Did you guys feel a little awkward? Do you feel like she was sharing too much, or her daughter's old enough they can have these conversations? Because it was mainly about like, are you gonna sleep with him right when you get, you know, just like, do you really want to know that about your mom or what she has going on?
I can only speak for myself. I'm very close to my mom. She is straight African. I would never, ever ask her any of those questions, nor would I want to know the answers to them. I still think that no matter how old I am and how old I get, she's my mom. And like, ew. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go lingerie shopping with you.
Right.
You love lingerie, cool. I love lingerie, cool. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, and we can talk about everything else.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Okay, I feel like I could do the lingerie shopping. I mean, she had on like a long,
it was
like
nice.
You know, it was just, it wasn't anything like crazy. But the conversations. I'm close to my mom as well, and I'm not about to sit here and ask you what you got going on behind closed doors. It's not happening.
I'm the opposite of that.
What?
I think because I'm close with my mom, and I would say like, so what? Are you gonna like hook up with him? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I would ask my mom. I wouldn't expect an answer. But I would
throw it out there.
Yeah, I would throw it out there. But I couldn't do the lingerie shopping because that's giving me the visual of what to think about, and I'm like, yikes.
Yeah.
Mommy, I love you. You look great. But
she's
I don't.
mostly covered up though?
No, because it's like, it's literally giving me the picture of what to imagine.
Yeah.
And then her, ew.
Is this too much?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I definitely feel like lines are crossed during that scene. One thing I do want to mention is 90 Day, and you know they always make it seem like someone isn't going to show up to the airport.
Yeah,
When the other person's like, they're not answering the phone. You telling me all these people are ignoring whoever's coming to visit them the day before?
Right.
Yeah,
Every
I think
time.
it's stupid. Like, you just got off the plane. First of all, you need to go through customs, get your bag, and then go through the final doors before you start worrying.
Right.
You don't start worrying as soon as you get off the plane. Like,
Or even before they get to the airport where they are.
Yeah.
They're already like, I
you're in
haven't
a different
spoke to them in
time
days.
zone.
Yeah.
It's
But I
probably
can-
nighttime, daytime, different time zone.
But I can see kind of the nervousness when they're in a different country and you're calling them the day before and you haven't talked to them. I would get kind of nervous and be like, okay, what's going on? Are you alive?
But you've told them enough. The day, the
True.
time. And
Yeah.
if you're not there, then I'm going to just get a flight back.
Yeah, go back home.
Yeah, I'm going back home.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'm not talking to you no more.
Yeah.
It's done. So we have to talk about the meetup between this couple. He showed up with her face on the shirt. Her face. This is an episode of Catfish, kind of. You know, she looked like her daughter. Is what she looked on the
Yep.
And she was really nervous, and he goes, you know, she doesn't look like the picture, but she's still beautiful. I'm just like, cringing. This is just too much.
But not like the picture. He
But
mentioned it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Beautiful, but not like the picture.
Yeah.
But beautiful.
Because he sure did show that picture to a lot of people.
He sure
Yeah.
did. And it was interesting that his friends were like making a big deal about the difference in age, but he was
Yeah.
like, oh no. And even the photos that he showed her, or showed them, I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
That blonde and like the
Yeah.
hair. I was like, wait, what? Because you've gone beyond filters here, my friend. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Who is that?
The only thing real were the tattoos and how big her boobs are.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I was pleasantly surprised to see that his parents weren't that big on the age, because his dad said it's more about her character and
And respect,
morals.
yeah.
So that takes the pressure off of it.
It does. Now, I know this is really little, but I feel like it will lead to something bigger. What are your thoughts on him not having a car and having her get it for a few
She
weeks
was not
right after?
impressed.
Yeah.
But you think about it, when you travel internationally, you plan and you have a budget. And anything that's incidental, you'll have like a small thing, but renting a car internationally for 3 weeks is expensive.
Very.
And he was like this. I came here in a taxi. We rent a car. No, like, I'm pulling my wallet out.
No attempt
like,
at all.
let's share this expense. Go get the car.
Yeah.
Well, that's a preview into her life with
That's
him,
right.
because that's
Right.
exactly what he's gonna be like.
That's right.
So you guys consider it a red flag?
Absolutely.
Huge red flag.
Yeah, because me, I'm looking like, what?
Yeah.
This is bum status right here.
Exactly.
Listen, you came in a taxi, then I guess we're going in a taxi to the hotel that you're paying for.
Right.
I came all this way, all these hours, and now I have to
Yeah.
rent a car to get you to the hotel.
So you would call it out right there, or you would
Hell
still be in the
yeah.
moment? You would call it.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
No, like, you know,
Call the
that's
BS right
I'm
there.
not festering as I'm driving to
Yeah.
the hotel.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm 38 high. Like, this man just had me
Right.
pull out my car. I'm not doing this. We need to go ahead and get it. Yeah. so,
Kimberly Mayfield says red flag. I am not paying.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Like, that's big. That's big. So we're going to see, like, I feel like financial issues will be something serious with him. And I feel like maybe him, like I said, bum status is what I got. And I feel like he's going to show his true character.
I mean, this is going to be super shallow, but it stuck out to me so much that I have to comment. And I made a comment. I wrote a note. When he was leaving the house and he was in the skinny jeans and that red sweater, I was just like, what do you have on? This is the outfit that you're wearing to the airport?
all his favorite things. He said, I'll take that. Yeah.
'Cause-
It was a mess.
It was a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
and his hair was like all looking all greasy. I was like, is this your best foot forward?
Well, is this what Rebecca gets for catfishing him? Let's be
Yeah.
real. Let's be real now.
Yeah.
That karma came back quick.
It did. But she didn't see it like that. It was
She
all,
didn't.
he smells so good.
Okay.
He's so tall. I'm like, okay. You know, whatever floats your boat.
Okay, girl.
It is what it is. You guys, AfterBuzz has so many shows: sci-fi, drama, reality. Linda knows about most of them because she's on all of them. So as with Linda, Linda. Come on. Can that be our special segment right now? Ask Linda. Let's see. What do we have, Linda?
Guys, we have drama, we have reality, we have horror, we have pilot reviews, which is a great thing if you don't know what you want to watch and want some ideas of the new shows that are out there. But we really carry the full gamut. We cover all the networks and all the shows. Guys, we are thankful for being the ESPN of TV Talk, and we couldn't do it without you. So we would love to continue to grow with you. So please comment, subscribe, 5 stars, thumbs up, whatever you got to do, spread the word, and let people know about your favorite shows here on AfterBuzz TV. We thank you, we reach out to you, and we will comment back.
Yes. Any fan shout-outs over there?
We got some fan shout-outs for Skinny B 111.
Hey, y'all.
Kimberly Mayfield is lighting up this chat. May, M-E-Y. She said, hell yeah. I don't know what that hell yeah. Oh, it was about him being a bum.
Oh. We're all on the same page.
Oh, everybody thinks he's a bum. Yes. And Sel Wonk is here.
Thank you guys for joining us. Keep the comments rolling, you guys. Just a heads up for anyone in the live chat. We're gonna move on to Caesar and Maria, and then Angela and Michael, and then I'll just keep you guys up to date. So go ahead and talk about them in the live chat. So with Caesar and Maria.
He's a joke.
Honestly, do you have it doesn't seem like either of you have a soft spot, but like a little. Do you feel bad for him a little bit?
Okay, so if you guys remember, I had a soft spot from him from the very first episode. I was like, oh, he's like a hopeless romantic. He might be a little stupid, but he's a hopeless romantic. But then I reported in News and Gossip that this is all fake, that he's an actor and he's trying to expand his career and get exposure, and that we are never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever gonna meet Maria in real life, because she signed off on this. She said, I'll help you like on the phone, I'll help you with pictures, but she's never going to appear on the show. So I already know what the storyline looks like, and you just look stupid to me. And when he comes on my screen, I get irritated.
You do?
I do. I get irritated.
He looks desperate.
Yeah.
He looks desperate and just stupid. Like, first of all, you've loved this woman supposedly for 5 years that you've never ever met, and then now you're going to go to Mexico because she doesn't want you to come to where she's from, because she probably is catfishing you. And so you send her money, and then now you're gonna propose to her with a $200 cubic zirconia ring.
That stressed me out.
What? I can't with you. Like, I cannot with you.
Yeah.
I cannot. I think that Jeremy was like,
he's hot. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
And Jeremy, you look like you got sense.
Right.
You sound like you got sense. But when he said that, do you guys have a return policy? And then the shade from the jewelry store, like, oh, we'll see him again.
Right. And she said, we'll make an exception, we'll figure something out for you. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
But his friend said he has a little budget.
He put him out there.
With the $200. I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was talking that. I mean, okay. Breanna, take it all back. What were you thinking?
I'm looking at this man and I'm just like, where do you expect to take your life after this show? Because who's really going to take you seriously after you parade yourself on here? The only thing I'm wondering is, were the stories about sending the money and why they could never meet true? That's what I want to know. But other than that, he's just a joke. He's embarrassing, and it just takes away from the show. I don't like you.
So what more do you think we could actually get from him other than the scene where we know she doesn't show up to Mexico? What else can we get out of his whole situation?
So if I think about the whole 90-day franchise, we know that he's going to make the trip to Mexico. She's not going to show up because they're already broken up, and he's going to be devastated. And then he'll probably meet a Hispanic woman in Mexico, and like Ricky, flip it, situation. And it'll be a new woman that he's madly in love with. That's and the cycle continues.
Yeah. That's a good one. Do you agree?
That's a good one. I agree. I could definitely see that. If not there in Mexico, I could see him looking for like an Asian woman because he likes their family values. And I think and I feel like he would be more likely to find an Asian woman that will come on the show and do it, because she'll have opportunity here.
Well, figure it out, Caesar, because, I mean, you need a storyline. It's getting ridiculous.
And then you know what made me so mad, too? When he called her, and then she's like, I can't fly. And he's like, well, I looked it up. There's no issue, so you should be able to fly. So will you do it tonight? And she said, maybe. That's what she said. Maybe.
Right.
He gets off the phone and he gives this elaborate parachute, blah, 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 diatribe. She didn't say she was coming. She said maybe.
Right.
So where did you get in your ears that, yes, she's booking a ticket and coming? Because that is not what she said.
Yeah.
And we'll soon find out that is not what she does.
He's like, you promise? Are you excited to see me? And she's giving these dry one-word answers. Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out, where is he getting this emotion from her that he has no doubt in his mind that she'll accept his proposal?
It's just...
She's so cold. That's sick.
He's dreaming. Like, he wishes something would happen. All right, now for Angela and Michael. I love them. They're wild still. It's still a lot going on. Instagram is going to still be a huge problem for Angela. She can't get past it. When she showed that back, she's like,
my
if he wants to look at a big back, he can look at mine. I was so weak. I'm like, this is what Michael, I mean, this is his thing.
I love her daughter. Her daughter was so funny.
I love everything about Angela. I was happy to see her. But the thing that I was like, you sound like my grandmother when she's like, the Instagram, the social media. I was just like, the Instagram?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
You gotta love her. We're gonna get into that conversation she had with her daughter. Before that, I want to talk about the wedding venue. I thought it was okay for them. Like, I mean, I feel like it'll work out for them. That's their style. But I felt a way about the venue
DJ
coordinators.
Doug?
Yeah, about his comment. He was like, as far as African goes, we can barbecue a goat, but that's about as far as we can get. I'm like, this is just so ignorant. Like,
It is.
I wrote FML in my notes because that was the most ignorant thing I have heard in a long time. And even the way he said it sounded ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of coordinator are you where you're like, I can only do this one thing, and this one thing is a stereotype of everything of the African culture? Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
It's one of those things that makes me question, did you do that? Like, did the producers ask you to be as ignorant as possible?
Absolutely.
Because I can't imagine someone being okay with saying something that they're on TV and thinking it's all right.
Well, let's remember where she is, though. She's in some hick town in Georgia.
That's true.
She's not in Atlanta. She's like out there.
And you know what? I really doubt that Angela's going to be able to help Michael deal with the racism that he's coming into once they get married. I highly doubt she's going to be able to handle it.
Yep.
And and she has black grandkids, so it's going to be interesting. I wonder how she even is with them. We saw her playing, but like, does she instill any like values and things of that nature within her black grandchildren? We don't see that side of her.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know anything about her and that way, but I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
It's necessary.
I thought it was funny when DJ Doug said she wants a caviar and champagne on a malt liquor budget. I was like, oh, you're just all the way
Too accurate.
country.
And it wasn't even like it was like a crazy, like she was asking for a lot.
I mean, I think she was asking for much.
Really?
Based off where she is, the type of venue it is, the person she's talking to. Why would you think these people would be able to carry out a traditional African ceremony for your wedding and then mix in your Southern hick cult? Like,
her version though is probably not even like, in her mind, it's probably not even as deep as we think.
No, she was like, I want the TVs.
Yeah,
and then as I walk down the aisle, I want the fireworks.
yeah, who are you?
And then the decorations, so like it all comes together once she lands at the main cabana thing. So she wants it all.
But what's her version? Because Angela, like, okay, that may be wanting it all, but like, it could be like a low version of all of that. She'd be okay with a couple of little TVs. She'd be okay with someone in the back setting the firework on fire. Like, this is like,
her
okay,
squatting down.
She'd be okay with some streamers and whatever, as long as
she should
Michael
have
is there.
painted that picture then, if that's because she made it sound like it was lavish, and I'm like, Angela.
Yeah.
First
You're
of
doing
all,
too much.
calm down.
Yeah, I mean, we have to remember that she proposed to Michael with the American flag wrapped around the box. So
Right.
that's saying a lot about where we are and who are we with.
And then he had the nerve to say, Donald Trump, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Can't wait to
know
see
any
you.
better. He doesn't
Girl,
he
I
does
know,
not
but
know.
it's still,
It
it's
will slap
doesn't
him
know.
like bricks. when he
Yes.
gets-
He just thinks that everyone in America is filthy rich.
Yeah.
And to him, back then,
Sorry.
pre-Donald Trump president days, that was like the epitome of, oh, you're wealthy, right?
Yeah.
Should
yeah.
Angela's daughter carry her baby?
Hell no.
That is the grossest thing.
You know, some people do that.
that it's gross. Your
people-
moms?
Yeah, but some people will, like, if they can't, they'll, as long as it's not their egg, they're willing
Yeah.
to carry the baby. I feel like it depends on the situation,
think
but
each-
it's Angela.
I think each situation is different, and I think that there are people that struggle with fertility issues, and I think that that's okay for someone to carry their babies. We've seen it with the Kardashians. We've seen it a lot
That's
of times.
fine.
What I think is weird is with these two specifically, how they were talking about it. Like, oh, well, I mean, will you care if I can get the egg?
Yeah.
And you're not using my egg. Like,
Yeah.
they were so nonchalant and weird about it that's what made me cringe. Like, you guys are talking about making a human baby with your Nigerian fiance, like you're swapping.
Yeah. Angela was like, I can tote
Stories.
it or
Yeah.
something.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just too weird.
Who talks like this?
Yeah,
It was
like,
a
why are you
mess.
guys being so weird about it? Like,
Yeah.
you guys are, it's too casual. This is a serious thing.
I think
Speaking of babies,
Right.
what grosses me out is knowing that I have my stepdad's sperm in me. That gets me. I think that's why I draw the line at that.
I mean, I think that Angela's gonna have, like, Angela, where are you gonna get this egg from? So if your daughter said no and you're like, I can get an egg, where?
And that would you be, and if not, like the fact that you even asked her for her egg, like that's her child. You know, people don't
That's what
just
she said. She's
That's
like,
what
that
she
would be
said,
my
yeah.
child.
like, come on, and that's your grandchild. Like, it's just too much. And she
yeah.
was asking way
Too complicated.
Too much. Agreed. Another complication situation. Avery and Omar. I feel like a lot of it stems from her mom. This is another person that I would say gives ignorant vibes sometimes.
She does.
For one, when she was in there and talking about what are you gonna wear, just a cloth or like like a whole sheet, and it was just okay. If you know this is what she's into and this is how she wants to dress, it's better her dress this way than you over here talking about put on some booty shorts. I'm just like it just. I feel a way about her. How do you guys? What vibes do you get from her?
I agree. I think that she does come off very ignorant, and it's unfortunate because it's obvious that Avery is strong-willed. She's going to do what she wants to do. And so you would think as a mother, she would know that about her daughter and kind of do what she can to accommodate. Simple things like just respect the tradition of their marriage, what she wants to wear at the ceremony. Okay, she doesn't want to wear your wedding dress. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It's not an American wedding. And so I think stuff like that pushes Avery farther away, and that's why she does like the dramatic things she does. Example, moving to Syria, like it's no big deal.
Right.
Yeah, so I think, and I'm going to jump on what you've said in the past, I think that that's something traumatic or tragic has happened to this girl.
Yep.
And she's 19 years old, and if you remember when you were 19, you thought you were an adult and you knew it all, you were making all the right moves, and 5 years later you realized you knew nothing. One of the things about Avery specifically is that she was a champion gymnast, and then she broke both of her legs, and that's what ended her career. Like, she could have gone all the way, right? So whether that's the turning point for her, that tragedy I keep talking about that I'm convinced happened, and that's why she's like running away from her life, whatever it is, I think that that's going to unravel and reveal itself, and I think it's going to reveal itself in Lebanon in front of her mom and this Omar guy. So I feel for her. I feel like she's this really young, and she's spontaneous, and she is strong-willed. That she can, like you said, do whatever she wants without thinking of the repercussions.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing I'll say really quick about her, showed her age, her saying, "It's whatever, I'll just leave the phone."
Yeah.
You can't do that, shawty.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You cannot do that.
You're going to Lebanon.
Yeah.
She's reckless.
Yeah.
She is.
Very
she just doesn't
reckless.
care, and I guess she's that much in love. She's willing, like, it is what it is. I'll be in a foreign country and have no way
But
to
how would
contact
he
anyone.
even contact you?
No idea. She wasn't thinking that far, and that shows a lot about her character and just even her age. Darcy and Tom.
Love and
Someone's
Life,
in the
Love and Life 333 is just making all the jokes. She said, you want to read it? She gave Michael a folded up sweat flag.
Out of her bra.
Out of her
She sure
bra.
did.
And then
That was hilarious.
Kimberly Mayfield, she said Angela's other daughter is serving 20 years. Oh, wow.
She was sentenced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I didn't know she was.
So that's her
actually
other,
sentenced.
Kimberly, that's her other daughter. So that's why
Yeah.
we're not seeing the daughter that, if you guys don't know, her other daughter is spending time behind bars, and I'm sure we will not see her on the show ever because of what she was charged with.
Yeah.
So the new daughter, the other daughter, the younger daughter is
the one
appearing on the show.
Yep.
And then real quick, Diane A. said, did y'all see Angela on Maury?
Yes.
She's definitely on Maury.
Yes, we did. We actually reported on it
Yeah,
in
we
our
did.
other 90-day show. So yes, we know all about
Yeah.
Angela.
All right, let's talk about Darcy.
Please.
I want to talk about two things with this. First, let's talk about her friend and how they crossed the line, Raina. That whole situation was just too much for me, and I would end the friendship right there. Honestly, there's nothing else for us to talk about, and the way that went down, and then the way her sister Stacy acted, it was as if it didn't even matter. Like, during the time, it was like, just everyone relax. No, I'm not relaxing. You just got up and showed your boobs basically to my man, and he's flirting, and it was just too much. Thoughts?
It bothers me that they put more of the attention on his actions and him and flirting back versus actually realizing that Raina willingly stood up. First of all, she initiated the flirtation. Let's start there.
Yep.
Willingly showed her boobs, like you said, and Darcy and Stacy are only talking about him. And I will never for the life of me understand that. And it disappoints me because Darcy keeps talking about how she's learned from her mistakes with Jesse, but Darcy is nothing but materialistic because every time she talks about him, she talks about his looks, his money, his lifestyle, and the things that he's going to do when she gets there, like the trips. I have yet heard her say he's supportive, he's genuine, he loves me so much, he's honest. He's an asshole.
He is.
Sorry, but
is. He's a character. Like, even, seeing her, like, she told us she ended up apologizing to him about the situation.
Yeah.
Red flag, Darcy.
She
Red flag.
settles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same cycle. We've seen it with her before, and unfortunately, because she suffers from being so insecure, I think her age is a thing. I think being hurt in the past is a thing, and she carries her heart on her shoulder that she's not seeing it. As far as her friend Raina, that's not your friend
at all.
I'll just tell you that right now. That's not your friend. She took the first chance she could to pounce on a guy that she said that you've said that you love and that you want to be with and you're going to go to see. So for her to be like, hey, I'd sleep with you right away, and then show her boobies, like, nah.
Yeah.
You're the wrong. You got to go. We're no longer friends. The end.
Yeah.
And then as far as her dude, I just think you can see he's like an older version
Of Jesse.
with a British accent instead of where's Jesse from? Sweden,
Yeah.
or wherever he's from. And I think she's gonna get her heart broken again.
And we found out Jesse called her,
Yep.
which is interesting.
I think he called her and said, "Why is my name in your mouth all the time?
Well,
Why
you
are
see-
you always talking about
Well,
me?"
the last message that he sent her was from like December 16th. And she got that call like in early January based on like what they showed.
Yeah.
And the last thing he said was, "What? I gave you my heart." So they're still going back and forth actively, talking about this failed relationship that she swears that she's over.
Yeah. It's a lot, and I feel like even though Darcy says she's changed, she really hasn't. She's still,
No.
I wouldn't even call her hopeless romantic. It's just like beyond. Like, it's like she's now making excuses for every man that comes into her life for the way that they treat her. It's just all okay, and it is what it is, and she just wants.
She's scared to be
To
alone,
feel-
and that's
yeah.
sad.
Yeah,
it is.
And you
really
have
sad.
kids too. You have kids. You have a huge family.
You do.
Love and Life said Darcy is just beyond pathetic. And May said Darcy is very insecure as far as says no one seems to respect Darcy.
I hope she figures it out though,
Yeah,
because
Jesse's
she's
Dutch.
super
Thank
sweet.
you. Thanks. That's what it was. Jesse's Dutch.
Oh, Jesse's Dutch, yeah.
All right, and our last couple, Timothy and Jennifer.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I travel a lot, and I know that you travel a bit too. But 4 bags and 2 carry-ons for
Yeah.
Girl.
3 weeks, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And her sister's like, didn't you learn your lesson? Clearly not.
Yeah, she didn't. All right, Timothy and Jennifer. It's really just one thing. Really.
Veronica.
Veronica is
hater.
the issue. She is a class 1. She's a class A hater.
Hater.
Like literally, just the whole situation. Her saying, even sending the picture. That was messed up. It shows a lot about his character as well. Are you easily influenced?
Yeah.
Like, you'll just send a picture and then ruin what you have going on over here.
Clueless.
Like, you're a grown man. No one forced you to press send.
Yeah, but she was really pushy about it, and she manipulated him. She made him feel guilty, like, hey, listen, this is who we are. This is who we are. Like, we have nothing to hide, and that whole thing. So I think that he felt,
And she says, this is
guilty.
your family. So when you bring, he was like, that'll be my family. She's like, hold on.
Right?
We're all going to be a family when y'all get here. I'm just like, yeah, she's forceful. But still, he didn't have the press send. I'm still sticking to that.
He didn't.
Like, come on.
He didn't. He's just a punk. He's a punk.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot.
the whole
of him.
family comment threw me off.
Yes.
And then on top of that, I feel like once everybody comes together, she's going to be shady towards her daughter.
Yeah.
I think that they're never all going to come together. I think Veronica's still in love with him. I think that she wants to be with him, and that's why she's so clingy and in his
Extra.
business and extra about it. That's why she's wearing the sexy outfits and picking him up
And arguing for no reason.
all of it, and like throwing the shade when they were having the party, saying, "Oh, I thought you were going to say she was a stripper," and all of this stuff.
Oh, she's a model?
You're clearly still in love with this dude for whatever reasons, and you do not want your life to change.
Agreed.
And you do not want him to find anyone else and be happy.
Absolutely.
You want him to be with you.
Facts.
The end.
The end. Should he buy a new ring?
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
What? That is disrespectful at its finest.
Yeah.
First of all, don't you ever think you're going to step to me with recycled anything, something as sacred as my wedding ring?
Nope.
Are you on drugs?
And second of all, you're flaunting all this money and you're spending it on left, right, and center. What I didn't like is that I found like that was a manipulative move by Veronica.
It was.
Because guess what? If Jennifer ever comes here, she's going to be like, that was my ring.
Exactly.
You like it?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Cause
what?
a fight.
I agree. It's foul, and we need to start new.
She's toxic.
This isn't passing down your grandma's ring or something.
No.
This was on a whole nother lady that you were in a relationship with. It's
Dude.
just foul.
Go ahead and sell that ring.
Yeah.
Let go, but you haven't let go because you're still in love with him.
Yep.
And this was you being a petty F you, like, here. This is it.
I agree, 100%. We're still missing Benjamin and Akinyi. I
Yeah.
think that's how you say her name.
yeah.
But I'm guessing we'll see them next episode. They keep showing them in the previews as if they'd be on the next one. So
Yeah, it's weird.
no telling when
It's
we'll
weird.
see them yet.
Yeah.
Maybe mid-season. Maybe it didn't work out, and that's why
And
we're
it's
not
going to be a
see
short
them.
story.
Yeah, it's going to be a short
Possibly.
story. Yep, absolutely.
They should have did that with Caesar.
All right, now time for our special segment, Ask Breanna. My first question.
So we should tell people, just in case
Yes.
they're new.
For anyone new, basically, we're just going to ask Breanna a few questions. We'll ask her two. You guys will ask her one in the comments. She'll pick the one that she wants to answer. But she's going through her own situation with a relationship with someone in another country.
Yeah,
So
we like to call it the pre-pre.
Linda loves throwing that. The
Yes.
pre.
So we kind of
K1
want
method process.
to dig in there. My first question, pretty simple question. What is honestly like the worst part? I'm not gonna say hardest, but I want to know like what is like frustrating, and it's just like you just can't deal.
Frustrating. Fighting is frustrating because I'm super passionate and I'm huge on communication and he's not. So when we fight, all we can do is text or talk on the phone. And I want to be in your presence. I want to feel your energy. I want you to feel my energy.
Right.
And then on top of that, with him being so busy all the time, we'll get in a fight on Monday. We might not talk until next week, Thursday. So we're both sitting on sour feelings and it just never gets settled. So things just add up and add up and add up.
Right.
So the hardest thing is like settling arguments.
Yeah.
So, do you have to have a specific type of personality to be in a long distance relationship?
Yes.
And part B of this, how do you sustain yourself from not feeling lonely, especially when you want to be with someone?
For your first part, yes. And I was actually talking about this with my friend because a long distance relationship is not for everyone. If you asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would say, hell no, I'm not doing like 45 minutes up the street is long distance to me. So you have to be very mature, very patient, and you can't be someone that's half in it, half not. If you know you have someone in Russia, a woman in Russia dedicated to you in a relationship, you can't be out here a while and sticking your thing in every other girl and say, oh, but I have a girlfriend. A relationship is a relationship no matter the distance. So you have to be willing to be committed to that person unless you have an understanding, and those definitely exist.
Got it.
Part B was, what was
Just
it?
like, how do you deal with like wanting, because you know when you love someone, you want to
being
be in
lonely.
their, physical presence. Like, so how do you deal with that?
Child. I've actually had to talk to him about this a couple times because I get emotional when I get lonely, and I don't hate seeing it, but my friends are always with their booze, and I'm like, oh my God, I want this. But I don't know. I just keep myself really, really busy. I'm just working all the time.
Right.
And I just distract myself.
Is there
Who's the lucky fan with the question?
Let's see. Oh, we answered the how did we meet. Sorry, gonna. Okay.
Really exciting.
Where would you like to be in a year in terms of your relationship?
That's a great question.
Oh, Kimberly. Okay. In a year, I would love to have a ring. I would like to have an official situation where we can at least be legally married and establish something. But it's tough because we've been apart from each other. We're still getting to know each other, and it takes a longer time.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least getting the ring will give us opportunity to be together, and we can start off slow and just kind of work our way. It sounds really backwards because usually you get to know each
makes
other and
sense.
then get married. But given the situation, when you really want to be with someone, you
make it work.
yeah. So I definitely love a ring.
Absolutely. You guys, I promise you, this is probably the best segment on AfterBuzz all together, okay? As Brianna. Now it's time for news and gossip. What you got, Linda?
Guys, so I got Darcy here. Darcy posted a little bit about the situation we talked about with her friend. She said, tonight's episode had lots of fun and laughter and actual friendship that was not all seen by viewers. People are cruel and judgmental, and Raina is not one of them. We love her dearly. We're all very close friends and like family. She means the world to us. She meant no harm and would never touch anybody's man. There was many hugs and well wishes that evening, but unfortunately it wasn't shown. I appreciate the understanding, so please stop. We love you. Now, I think it's interesting that she's always apologizing for the people that do wrong in her life.
Yeah.
That says a lot about
So she's
her
easily
and who
taken
she is.
advantage of.
Guys, I just thought that this was funny. I don't know why. It's just funny to me, but it has nothing to do with anything. So it just was like, don't worry, it's small birds, and it made me think of Angela and what's his name? Michael for some reason. I don't know why. Guys, I need TLC to film a reality show about this guy and his venue, and it says, pick your sin and I'll help you accommodate to it. This DJ guy, I think he is a character, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got a spin-off on doing weddings. For people and being like super outrageous and obnoxious. So we'll see.
I wouldn't watch, honestly. Just because he rubbed me the wrong way with that comment.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't deserve a spin-off.
No.
Guys, guess who this is?
Who is that?
That's Zaid?
No. That is
I thought with the hair.
Yeah.
It's Darcy's ex-husband, and he got married just over this past weekend. So it should be interesting to see how Darcy responds to her ex getting married.
I think she's more worried about Jesse than him.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know.
And then Darcy's feeling herself. She posted a photo of herself kind of posing on the Instagram so that Angela can understand me. And it just basically said that I will stand strong with love, beauty, grace, and dignity. And then last but not least, I thought this was just so crazy how quickly Aspen is growing up. It says, my gorgeous Aspen shines beautiful in her Free People, such a beautiful soul and model. Look how big she's gotten.
Yeah,
it's so pretty, right?
So pretty.
Yeah. And smart.
And
her daughters are smart.
Yeah, they've had to be.
Yeah.
They've had to be.
Yeah, thank God.
All right, you guys, let's get into predictions. Quick predictions. Anything good?
TV prediction.
Listen, I think that when Avery gets to Lebanon, it's going to be on and popping between Omar and her mom. And like, whatever it is that I keep saying is going to show up there.
I think Angela and Michael are going to continue to have social media problems, and I don't think they're ever going to get married. I think he's just going to stay in Africa.
Yeah, because I agree with that. I agree with that because he's 30 something. He's gonna have to have a kid.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And there's no way around it.
Yeah, he's not compromising.
Yep. I'm gonna say Darcy and Tom. I feel like, okay, we see her in the preview getting all ready and dolled up in the airport bathroom, but he's not going to be impressed when he sees her. I feel like it's going to be like a shady moment, like, oh, hey. She's not going to get the love that she desires, like, or the comments or compliments right off the bat. I hate that for her.
I see that.
Yeah, definitely think that. But you guys, catch us same place, same time, every week. Where can everyone find you guys?
Guys, you can follow me and find me all across social media at Lindissa Girly.
You can find me on Instagram at IamB_Chi-anne.
And you can follow me all over at Hey Alex Bowers. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.